Peace, tribe. Peace, love, and power for the journey. Those of us that are still on it. I hope, I know, I don't hope. I know that this message will find those who need to hear it, and I know that it's going to find you well in mind, body, and spirit so you can continue your journey. As I was meditating today, listening, I was reminded why, things are just much more difficult, I'll say. It's always been difficult on this journey. But why things are more difficult now, and that it's imperative that we rest. Don't stop doing it on this journey. If you're on your purpose and you're on your journey, make sure you're resting, but make sure you don't stop. We slow down, we don't stop. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Things are harder because as I was meditating, I was reminded, like, something I used to tell my son when he was younger. I saw a lot of things as a child and family therapist, going in and out of homes. And I would always tell my son, dysfunction looks functional to people who have done it their entire lives. Like, you cannot tell them that the things they're doing and they've always done, the things that they've always seen, ain't right. And it's not our place to tell them, but stay with me. And if we take our structures and our home to someone else's environment, they're going to think we're dysfunctional because they've never done that before. They've never seen that before, and it doesn't make sense to them. And I was reminded on this journey, you know what? I'm not going to tell people to don't be distracted. I'm not really sure it's possible at this point. I'm not going to continue to tell people about all the problems that's going on, because we already know what the problems are. Most of us, many of us, right? I feel like you can't keep talking to people that don't understand what you're saying. But you have to know that on your purpose, some things that you're told to do is going to look dysfunctional to other people, even though you know it's not dysfunctional. Some things you're told to say is not going to penetrate. It's going to fall on deaf ears, and it's okay. Stay on your purpose. It's hard because we're dealing with a society, a world, a community, or wherever you are, because this is bigger than us, but it also starts on the smaller levels. Stay with me. That's why I went to families, homes, environments, right, tribe? In a world where dysfunction is made to look normal, distractions are made to feel normal and comfortable, and it's the everyday norm. It's very difficult to get people to pay attention to positivity when positivity isn't even promoted, because it's going to fuck up what they trying to do. They low vibrational agenda, right? But that don't mean you're supposed to stop. That does not mean you're supposed to stop. That does not mean because you see things that are wrong or they're not helping the world, they're not helping society, they're not helping your family, that you're supposed to stop talking. That you're supposed to stop striving, that you're supposed to stop trying to assist others that want to do and be better. The reason it seems much harder is because we're fighting against people that refuse to give up, so we can't refuse to. We got to refuse to give up. I'm going to say it again. We're fighting against people, entities, whatever you see, whatever you think, whatever you know, that refuse to give up on allowing you to be free in your mind, body, and spirit. Refuse to give up and allow you to be healthy. Refuse to give up and allow you to live in your divine wealth. They refuse to give up. So at this point, we got to refuse to give up too. And as I was meditating, I'm going to be honest, I was reminded, and let me say something. Everything is about balance. Everything is about duality. Let's just be visine clear about that. I feel like peace and love ain't going to get us where we need to go. I'm gonna say where we need to go, because this is not about where we want to go and what we want to do. No, 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 no. Things have to change in this world or else. It's inevitable. And on top of that, the earth is shifting. The earth is shifting and changing. So either you're going to roll with it or you're going to get ran over and left behind. So things have to change. That's inevitable, right? But I don't feel like peace and love is going to get us there. So many of you all that may have heard me say it before, I always say peace, love, and power for the journey, because we need them all. You need love in your heart, because you can't even walk in your purpose and walk this journey and assist yourself first and other people if ain't no love there. That's why you see people that don't really care about you being healthy or wealthy or what's going on, because ain't no damn love in their heart. Peace is what we need in this world. Peace is just the absence of chaos and war and all the bullshit that's going on, right? We need that. We need that. But I always say, you got to know when to assert your peace, and you got to know when to assert your power. There's always duality. I don't walk in love and light every day. I can't. I don't even like using the word. But it's not possible, because people try me that are outside of love and light, and I have to let them know, like, what you doing? We ain't doing it. Everything is about balance. And I heard some of the matriarchs speaking out, saying similar things like, hey, peace and love ain't really gonna get us there. We're gonna have to keep it tucked away for when we get to where we're going. But peace and love, no. Let me tell you something. Did people peacefully and lovingly come take our shit from us? Is that how they did it? Or did they take it by force? Ask yourself. Did people peacefully and lovingly start poisoning your water? I don't know what the hell is in the food. Stealing our children and many other things. Did they peacefully do that and lovingly do it? Like, did you see peace and love anywhere in there? Did you see peace and love in any of the majority of the things that are going on this planet? Ask yourself that. So if you know that the answer is no for yourself, what would make us think that we can assert peace and love to take it back, to change the trajectory of the way things are going? What would make us think that that's what we need to do? And I remember, and I didn't share, but Big Mama is telling me to share now. As I was meditating past strength, because ain't nothing weak, I heard, why are y'all asking? And I'm speaking to the divine daughters, the ones of us that know Great Mother is our mother. This is our planet. We were here first. That's what she said to me. Why are you asking? So you mean to tell me somebody is going to come in your house and take over your house by force, however they did it, and you realize that it's your house now? Maybe you didn't remember. Maybe it belonged to your ancestors. And maybe you didn't know that it belonged to them, and, somebody told you. You're going to go down there and you're going to peacefully and lovingly ask them for it back when that's not how they took it? And I literally heard Big Mama say, why are y'all asking for something that belongs to y'all? It belongs to us. I do know this. The issue is still that women, divine feminines on this planet, have to get back into alignment. For those of us that are in alignment, I'm not speaking to you, but for some of us to be in alignment and all of us to not be in alignment, that's the issue. I always tell people, even when it comes to wealth and certain things, if only a few of us acquire it, that's not good enough. All of us need to live in our divine wealth, the divine abundance that we were rightfully given, not by those who think they have power, so they can't take the shit away from you. But you have to know that, and you have to stand in that. I'm not going to tell people don't be distracted. You do whatever you choose and whatever you feel. But I will ask you to see how that's working for you and your family. How's that working for you and your family? How's that work? Because we just going to start there. We're going to circle back around, because I said it's bigger than us. But I started with children, with family, with environments. How is things working for you in your household? How are your children doing? Whether they're minors or they're adults, how is your health working out for you? How is your wealth? Are you still letting somebody tell you what time to get up and what time to clock in and what time to clock out and when you can be sick and all that old stuff? How is everything working for you? I just want to challenge people to think while it's free, because I'm telling y'all, it's coming up on a very short time span where it's not going to be free for you to think, baby. Many of us have been saying that. Y'all think we just saying it because we ain't got nothing else to do? And then it's like, even with that, outside of the fact of this journey being hard because you're speaking to people that have lived in this dysfunction their whole lives. I'm here. I know. And so it's definitely hard to tap into that other side where you see that it's dysfunction and you choose not to live in it anymore. When it's something you've been doing and something you've been seeing, it's hard to tap into that other side. But at this point, we really don't have any other choice unless you want your life to keep going the way that it's going. Unless you want people to keep telling you what to do. Unless you want people to keep poisoning you and persuading you and distracting you and destroying you. Because that's what they're doing, inevitably. But if you know there's time for a change, because at this point, it's not about what you know, but you got to think to even know something, right? Like, you got to think for yourself and not just letting me or anybody put something in front of you and just tell you what to think or tell you what to do. If you know it's time for a change, it's like, at this point, I'm all about the solutions. I'm all about the solutions. And the solutions don't start on a larger scale. They start in your house with your family. They start with you first. And then you work your way up. Because some people, and I'm grateful that they even asked the question and they're interested. They want to know, what can they do? Start with you, baby. Start with you. Start with your family. Start with your household. Then you get to maybe move to your neighborhood. Then maybe you get to move to your community. If you're walking in your purpose, you get to start there. Like, there's ways to get this done. And it's like, the thing about it is, I just don't feel like we at a point where we need to be asking no damn more for something that belong to us. Especially when I feel like we've been asking in a certain peace and love and, begging, really. Some people don't know that that's what they've been doing. You've been straight begging. And I'm just saying. Some people got to realize, if you thought like they thought, you would treat you like that too. I'm going to say it again. If you thought like them, you would treat you like that too. Because some of us have walked right into the bullshit, saw it clearly, and stayed there. Not only did you stay there, you brought your children along with you. Then you taught them all of that and you stayed too long. And then they brought their children. And it's just like, it just kept getting passed down, generation after generation. And I personally feel, because I've been told, we got to start with the children to work our way back out of this. We have to start with the children to work our way back out of this, to make a better future for them. That's all I'm interested in right now, is solutions. I don't really need to talk about no problem. I know what the problems are. What are we going to do to solve the problems? Starting with yourself, starting with your house and your family. I heard somebody say the other day, if people just picked up the trash in their yard, every single person individually picked up the trash in their yard, the world would be cleaner. It's not about a bigger scale. If everybody just did what they supposed to do and just stayed in their lane, we could get here faster. We could get where we're needing to go faster. And it's important to know that everybody can't go, y'all. I've said it because I've been shown it many times. It's bittersweet, but oh well. That's where we at right now. Ain't nobody got time to be sugarcoating shit no more. It's bittersweet that everybody can't go, but everybody has a choice to go and grow. And you have to give people their free will. That's where I'm at right now. If you don't want to think, you ain't got to. That's fine. I wish you the best. I really do. If you don't want to change your life, that's fine. If you don't want to do better, maybe if you couldn't do the best for yourself, but you just decided you don't want to do better for your children and future generations, that's cool too. That means, I just won't be looking for you on the front lines. I won't be. But as a person who is, as an individual, as a spiritual being, having a human experience down here, it's time to at least play the damn game. I don't even see some people playing the game. You're literally just living, you just getting walked all over and shitted on. You're not even playing the game. If you understand that this is a game. At least play it and try to play it to win. The only way you lose is if you don't even play. The only way you lose is if you don't even fight. And you can't be mad at anybody but yourself if you choose to just stay stuck where you are, consistently being distracted, consistently living in dysfunction, in dis-ease. Your body speaks to you if nothing else speaks to you. Literally. Energy is real. Your body speaks to you more than anything at this point. It's going to tell you if what you're putting in it and who you putting in it ain't right. It's going to tell you if you're walking in environments that aren't helpful for your growth anymore. It's going to tell you what you need to know if you pay attention and listen. Many people can avoid the things they're going through if they stop talking and listening. And I don't care how many distractions pop up. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to get this message out because some people really do want assistance on their journey. They overstand like I overstand it. Baby, ain't nobody coming out the sky to save you. Nobody. Forget that bullshit they taught all of us, because they taught it to me too. Ain't nobody coming out the sky to save you, baby. You got to save yourself, and it starts with you. When we get on the airplane, don't they tell you, especially parents, we know, put on your mask before you put on your child mask? That's because you can't even save your damn children. We can't save our children if we don't have ourselves together. Ain't nobody coming to save us, y'all. I know. Do you know how mad I was when I realized this shit too? I'm laughing to keep them crying. Like, we've been sold a whole bunch of bullshit, y'all. But it ain't the time to be crying or playing victim, like, whatever. So it's on to the next. It's on to the next. When you know better, you're supposed to do better. Too many people know better that don't want to do better. And you really think, or maybe I don't even think people are thinking, hey, well, what if we don't take our planet back? What if we don't clean this water up? What if we don't get these damn people, entities, whatever they want to be, up out of here? What if we don't start growing our own food and taking care of ourselves? What if we don't start walking and working out and getting back healthy and getting these diseases out of our body? What if we don't do that? Have y'all ever thought what's going to happen if we don't do that? Spirit is like, ask them, have they ever thought what's going to happen if we don't do it? We be thinking we know everything as adults. I don't, because I'm always a student, baby. That's why I listen. But have we really thought what's going to happen if we don't do this stuff, y'all? If we don't really make the world a better place? Have we really thought about what's going to happen if we don't do nothing? And we just keep sitting back, allowing them to play games with our mind, destroy our children, and just keep leashes around your mind and, keep pulling your strings like you a fucking puppet. Keep handing you breadcrumbs when you own the land. I told my son years ago when I woke up and remembered, I said, damn, you mean to tell me they took our shit and they making us work in our shit? Nah, I ain't gonna be able to do this no more. They took it and they making you work in your shit for scraps? at some point, you have to know that at some point you even have to just test the truth. Let's say, I was going to say know the truth, but babe, I guess you got to test what you're hearing to even know if it's true. And you know what I always say, go within. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to nobody else, because the issue is we've been listening outside of ourselves too long. And where has that gotten us? Where has it gotten us? Some people want you to do certain things, and that's why I say dysfunction looks functional to people who've been doing it their entire life. I laugh when I keep hearing people right now want to say vote and do this and do that, and you arguing about politics or religion or different stuff. And I'm like, think about it. What has it done for you? I was taught the same thing. I'm just saying, I realized, I literally was like, okay, let me just sit down and think, has this changed the trajectory of my life, the way it was taught to me? Then I turned around, I ain't no better, so I couldn't do better. I taught it to my son. Has it changed his life? But you got people still telling you to do, the definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And I feel like that's where we are right now. It's insane to think that you're going to do the same fucking thing and get a different result. It's insane. And if you know better, it's just time to do better. It's not time to point fingers at people. I tell people, as much as I love my family, I don't want to do shit that they I can't think of many things that I was taught that I want to do and spread to my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I can't think of that much stuff that I was taught that I want to pass on to them, because it ain't worked for us. It has not worked for us. And I'm not insane. So why in the fuck would I keep doing insane things? That's it, y'all. That's it. I hope that this message inspired you to just think for yourself while it's free. That's it. And I really, really, truly do send you all peace, love, and power for the journey. It's not easy. It's not easy sitting out here telling y'all the truth when, people don't even want me here because I'm saying the things that I'm saying. But I mean, even when they fucking with me, they ain't fucking with me, so I ain't worried about it. But it's not easy. Because to me, it's not about a like or anything. It's about actually seeing the results of things that I'm saying to try to inspire my people to do better. If I see them doing better, then I feel like I've done my job. But Big Mama said, you did your job anyway. You give the message, they do with it as they choose. So I hope that this message inspired you. Gratitude, peace, love, and power for the journey.